to Guys Craft 2. My name is John.
And I'm Curtis.
And so this video is Thanksgiving weekend. And so we are finishing out what we've done all weekend, hosting dinners, all that kind of fun stuff. You're actually getting to see this bright and early Monday morning. So we thought it would be fun to kind of recap what we did. So we had Thanksgiving dinner with about 10 of our best friends. And yes, being from the South, I made entirely too much food, but that's who we are, and that's what we enjoy. We had 3 pumpkin pies and a pecan pie and any kind of side dish you could imagine. And our friends brought some hot appetizers and all that. So we had a great time on Thanksgiving Day.
And wine. We had a lot of wine, too, which is always the best part.
It was good, right?
Yes, it was.
So with that said, we thought we'd talk a little bit about, there's been so many Black Friday sales, things on, available at the quilt shops and that. I think I'd already shown you the midi bag that we finished for Christmas. So we'll be probably giving this away at the Christmas party, I think.
Probably.
So that's one of the projects that we actually got done. But then I followed Jenny's advice from 10 years ago on Missouri Star Quilt, and we made this bag.
Yeah.
So it is actually a charm tote, and it's made with a total of 12 charms, 6 on each side. Then you put the bottom piece on, and we did a contrasting lining with the handles to match. It's not the largest bag, but it really is just a nice size bag. I will say, compared to the mini bag, really like Jenny's at Missouri Star Quilt much better. So we did one all in the reds, and then we did one really featuring the blues of Christmas. And again, it's just a total of 12 charms. Now, the nice thing about Jenny talks about you can add more charms if you wanted to. So we could have made it wide or tall or whatever. But this was the first time I followed and used her pattern. I will say the only thing I didn't like, and I didn't probably follow as well as I should have, was her handle instructions. And I still seem to struggle with handles. But at the end of the day, the bags look good. They're done. And we'll probably use those during the holidays for something.
Probably gifts at the party.
So that is some of the projects that we actually got done. One of the shopping sprees that I had, and was a ho-ho-ho to John, was a new to me used sewing machine. So I did trade in my Bernina 790, so it is gone. I'll be posting and revealing my new used machine in the next couple of days. Talk about it. One of the things that as new quilters that we're learning is that we're just doing what feels right and feels comfortable to us. We had a machine that didn't work for us. We had a machine that just didn't make sense. It might be the best machine in the world for 50 other quilters. It just wasn't resonating and working for us. And so we made a change from that. So with that said, that was one of our shopping sprees, one of our Black Friday days. Another thing that we got in the mail this week was a purchase from
Two Chicks Quilting.
Two Chicks Quilting. And I fell in love with this pattern when I saw it. And so it's from Hoop Sisters, and it's called Classic Christmas. And what I really like about it is it's just that panel, but you use a piece of plastic for the windshield. I think you use some plastic for the headlights. It was just a really neat, not a panel, but oh my gosh, what are we calling that? Basically, display, right? Just not a panel, but you're more like a table runner.
Wall hanging.
Yeah, wall hanging. Thank you for the life of me. I couldn't think of wall hanging. So anyways, I just like this wall hanging. It's probably more traditional than we would ever use.
Right.
But I've got family that might really appreciate that. It could end up on our Etsy store at some point. I don't know. But I had decided I absolutely would not be doing this because it's just number one, it's too late in the year. just too much other stuff going on. And then I watched Power Tools with Thread the other day. She did a live with it and actually walked through everything. And then what I found out is two chicks actually built the kit to go with the Hoop Sisters pattern. So since I didn't have to pick the fabric, since it all came as a kit, yeah, I went on and bought that. And I do think I got a discount. I think I got like 20% off. I don't even remember. The whole kit was $35.
Yeah.
So really, for all that fabric, all the materials, and that worked really well, and just gave us something else to add to the pile of stuff John needs to do. With that said, I've been watching Fallon on So Be It Quilts, and this week she had on sale the guides that her husband has made and what they've been doing as far as the rulers. And I've really toyed with whether or not I wanted these. But when you listen to Fallon, you watch her, you see what they're doing. These are just really nice tools, right? So they were 20% off for Thanksgiving. I don't know if they'll still be on sale. If you're watching this on Monday and want to check her out, it is So Be It Quilts. Did she grab that business card? So Be It Quilts is there, and of course she has a YouTube channel that she's glad to walk through. What gets really frustrating with me is the fact that when I go to cut long strips, that my ruler slides on me, and that's very aggravating. The nice thing about these rulers is when you lightly press them, they won't move. And so now I don't have to worry about that being scooted around on my fabric and me getting some wonky cuts. So again, So Be It Quilts. I ended up buying both sizes. This is the, I think, 14-inch, and this one is the 24-inch. They're called the Quilters Slide Lock. So if you have not seen them, I would suggest you jump over to her channel and take a look. I know her and her husband did a nice long video explaining what they were in that, but I, at the end of the day, couldn't help myself. So look, another ho, ho, ho to John.
Another one.
And with that said, then we moved into the local quilt shops, and I actually did pretty good not going around.
You did.
This year. But the quilt shop that is here within the community actually had their clearance fabric on sale for 70% off. At 70% off, this fabric ends up at $3 a yard. So I couldn't help it. So I bought this fabric, and that one is all in the gray tones. It's by RB Studios, but it is just a magnificent fabric. And so I ended up grabbing this just because I think I can use it in so many ways as filler and accents and that to a lot of other things. So with that said, I thought, you know what, for $3 a yard, I have to get this, right? So that ended up being what happened. So we went down. This one is in the gray. What you couldn't see probably when Curtis held this up is it's got pink and gold and a few other colors running through it. So it just, for a blender fabric, I think it'll work on a lot of different things. I have a lot of it. So at some point, we'll see how that works out. But again, at $3 a yard, I mean, how could you not go with this? And yeah, look at Curtis. He still tried to help straighten it out. I think I ended up with,
I always do my best.
I think I ended up with about 3 yards of this. So it's more than I normally would buy. But when you figure 3 yards is $9, and most of this is like 13.
Keep going so I can.
Most of this is like $13 a yard. You gotta kind of just grab it when you can. And the companion to it is this light blue, but I think the light blue only has that light blue and white, right? It doesn't have the yellow and the pink and that like the gray does for some reason. So with that said, we did end up doing a smaller, and I think I think this one only had like 2.5 yards. so not near as bad and not near as much to have to fold real quick while we're trying to do a YouTube video and keep things moving. But again, for the price, I just couldn't help myself. It was just, and the nice thing is Curtis didn't go, and believe it or not, they only had like maybe 10 or 12 of the.
Wait a minute.
Got it?
Yeah.
They only had maybe 10 or 12 clearance fabrics down there. She hasn't added a lot of clearance in for a while. So there wasn't a lot new. And unfortunately, I had already bought a bunch of the clearance that they have in that store at when it was actually 60%. And I thought I was getting a real deal at 60%. So, but with that said, I actually went down just to get needles because I wanted the quilting 7511 needles because I was out, and that's really the excuse I used to go down. And then this last one I bought just because I needed, again, 70% off, $3 a yard, and it is, what's it called? Can you see the name?
RB Studio Sweet Tea and Honeybees.
Yeah.
And Clover Garden.
Clover Garden Green is the pattern. It really is a cute fabric. I only got a couple of yards of this because I knew we don't do flowers that much. I do tend to buy some, but it's not typically the genre that we use. So because of that, but this has got some really pretty colors in it. So you've got a nice green. What color green would you say that is?
It's like an olive green.
And then you've got a lot of accent colors in there, including what?
There's some orange and light blue and black, like a light black, kind of like a coal kind of black gray, and then of course traditional white.
So, and it is just a pretty fabric. And when you talk about real quality fabrics at $3 a yard, you just got to grab it when you can grab it. We'll figure out what project this goes in, right? Because we do seem to buy a lot of patterns. Or someone in the relationship buys a lot of patterns. Then why did we go buy the blue today? Had to go buy the blue today. And by the way, we do get a 15% discount on all fabrics. This is Kona, wasn't it?
Yes.
This was a Kona that we picked up. Why did we go to the store today? Because John's working on a block of the month.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what that was called.
Yep. And I didn't want to do the January one with the material that came with it until I practiced at least doing one, and we didn't have any light blue fabric, believe it or not. So of all the stash we've been building, we didn't have anything light blue. Did you hold it up?
Oh, there.
It's just light blue, but they still like to see.
All right.
And then this was on clearance. And since we live in the great state of Arizona, we had to grab this because it was on clearance for
I don't remember.
$6 a yard. And it's
Alicia Jacobs. I can't read the other word. Duets, it looks like.
It's Michael Miller Fabrics. And it's called Looking Sharp is the name of the fabric. And he'll show you in just a second. It's a nice Arizona fabric. How would you describe it? It's cactus.
It's mostly cactus in different forms.
They're all in pots.
Yeah.
And it's got rust, kind of a brown rust, I guess.
Yeah, like a rust color, like a sage green, white, brown.
And I really like the green in it because it's just a different green.
It's a sage green. It's more like a sagey color.
So again, we picked that up today for $6 a yard. So we've been busy. I did order some charm packs from Missouri Star Quilt. I got a text the other day because apparently I'm a premier buyer, member, something. But anyways, they sent me a secret text so I could order charm packs. I guess what that means is I've spent too much money there.
Probably.
And they were 75% off. So some of the charm packs I picked up, I got for like $2. So, of course, I'm waiting on those to come in from Missouri Star. It does seem where before we were having a long delay in getting stuff shipped from them. Seems like they've gotten better, but I don't know. We'll see. So with that said, that's pretty much all we've bought, everything that's gone on. Now we're planning Christmas parties, cookie exchanges. What else?
Different shows. We're going to see Elf during the holidays. We have a couple of other shows. We're going to see A Christmas Carol. We have a race, a 5K race we're doing on a Sunday morning or Saturday morning. I can't remember. It's one of the upcoming weekends. So we basically have every weekend in December is full except for next Sunday. So it's going to be a busy holiday season for us, just like always.
Next Sunday's busy.
No, we have nothing next Sunday.
I thought that was a holiday open house.
Saturday.
Neighbor.
It's Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday.
It's
All right,
Saturday.
so we actually have a Sunday free. With that said, that's a lot of what we've been doing, what we've been up to. Last night we saw Yes, Virginia,
Yeah,
there was a Santa Claus. And the night before that, we were at the dinner theater and saw White Christmas, my favorite Christmas movie. And yours is?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Well, that, and I also like Home Alone.
All right, come on.
Yes.
All right.
But I do like Rudolph as well, too. It's cute.
So with that said, the next thing we're working on, I have got a couple of pillowcases I've got to knock out. I am working on my block of the month for January. I would really, really like to get that done and maybe get February done before March shows up. So I'd like to get at least those two knocked out, get the pillowcases done because they're Christmas gifts. One of the next videos we want to do, though, is around table decorations. We've got bags and bags of floral and some stuff that we picked up. All of this came from
The Dollar Tree.
The Dollar Tree. And this is very simple to make. It is a nice arrangement. We actually keep this one on the screened-in porch. It's a nice big arrangement. It's not as tall,
Right.
but we purposely, that's by design. It's got ornaments all in it, but it's just a pretty Christmas arrangement. So hopefully this week, one of the videos that we'll knock out is walking you through, just like we did earlier in the year and showed you how we did some of the floral design with our pumpkins. Do the same thing with this and show you some inexpensive ways to make some really nice centerpieces in that for your holiday coming up. So anything else to add?
Nothing from me.
All right. So guys, we appreciate you dropping in. We are well over 500 subscribers, on our way to 600. Definitely are very humbled and honored that you all have stuck with us, that you're helping build our channel. It means so much to us. If you liked what you heard today, give us that thumbs up. If you want to be notified each and every time we post a new video, hit that bell and you'll get a notification. And if you're new to our channel, thanks for dropping in today. Please hit that subscribe button. But I'm John at Guyscraft 2.
And I'm Curtis, too.
And until next time, happy crafting.